Hi everybody, it's Marchive from Bumbles and Fairy Tales, and I'm here with my August wrap-up. It has been so long since I've done a wrap-up. It's been, I think, like a year and a half since I've done a wrap-up, so please bear with me. I'm only going to wrap up the physical books that I still have. One of the first books that we read for this month and I reviewed, so I'll leave my review link down below, and it's Number One Stand by Greg Pizzoli. I was able to pick this up at BEA this year. This book came out back in May, and it is the sweetest children's picture book I've read in quite a while. The pictures are absolutely adorable. I mean, even just like right in the front flap, it's so cute. The pictures are really sweet. It reminds me of my childhood. I really relate to these colors a lot from back in the late 70s, early 80s. So that's not showing my age. Sorry. But anyway, it's a really sweet book that basically teaches us, our kids, that it's okay not to be number one all the time, how to be a great sport, how your friends will always be there for you regardless if you win or lose, and just things like that. Little Sam here, he's used to racing his car, always being number one. In the latest race, he's neck to neck with his best friend Maggie, and then Maggie wins and he's beside himself. He has absolutely no idea how to react to that. He doesn't even congratulate her. He doesn't know what to say because he's just not used to losing. He's never lost before. His overconfidence really like shatters him, and he doesn't know what to say or think or do. And then during the next race, he's winning again, and then something happens and he has to make a quick choice. Does he do the bad thing or the right thing? Does he want to win or does he want to lose? And luckily for us, Sam does the right decision, and it's a really sweet story, really cute book. Again, I read and reviewed this already, so I'll leave the link down below. The next book was another family great book. It's Sticky Fingers, Do-It-Yourself Duct Tape Projects by Sophie Maletsky. We picked up some tape, we did a couple of projects, we made a couple of wallets, we made a couple of bookmarks, and had a lot of family fun. The directions are very simple. The pictures, step by step, everything's there. Everything is extremely, if I can follow it, anybody can follow it. Because I am a very visual person. I have a hard time with just directions. So having these pictures step by step alongside helped tremendously. And also, one of the coolest things about this is that it gives you an estimated time how long it should take you to do each project, and it also shows you the level of hardness. So like this one is a 4 out of 5 level of hard, this one's a 2, so it gives you an idea as to where you should start, what projects you should start with, how confident you are to start, doing one of the hardest ones. In the beginning, it tells you exactly what tools you need, what's the best tapes to use, and how to keep your scissors clean, and things like that. So a lot of fun for a family hobby project. And then the next books that I finally got to read this month is Fangirl by Rowell. And I adore this book. This book was so sweet. Kath and her twin are off to college, and her twin wants to be independent and be her own person, and Kath, who suffers from a case of OCD, doesn't like change, is having a hard time accepting the changes and the growing up and so on. And then she meets her roommate, and Levi is a part of that roommate's life, and things happen. And I really loved Kath. I thought she was extremely relatable. Levi was perfect for her. However, I feel like I didn't get enough of Levi to really fall for him myself. I mean, he was sweet, he was great, I adored him, but I didn't exactly fall for him. I feel like we didn't get much depth with him. I wanted to know more and get more. I feel like this would have been great if maybe halfway through the book, or if we got to see something from Levi, like his side, his perspective, and things like that. So hopefully we get to hear more from them, especially maybe like in short story or something from Levi's point of view would be kind of cool. But I gave it 4 out of 5 stars, and I hope to put my review up soon. Another great family fun book is The Green Teen Cookbook. This is edited by Laurane, Marchive, and Pam McElroy. So this is a book written by teens for teens. All the recipes in here are created by teens from basically, I think, around the world. And they have pictures of what the food is. And for each recipe, the teen is here. There's a quote by the teen. And everything is really super simple, delicious, and easy to make. Kid-friendly. Again, I highly recommend this for some family fun. The next book that I got to read is Trial by Fire by Josephine Angelini. That's what the cover looks like. This is obviously the arc. I gave this a 5 out of 5 stars. This was just amazing. I'll leave a link down below for my full review. All I can say for now is it's been so long since I've read a really good witch book, and it's just odd because it's not just like about witches, it's so much more than that, with the parallel universes and the dual characters, and it is so clever and unique how the author was able to create the main character Lily and then her alternate Lillian and have them be so similar but yet so different. And Lillian is so dark and cruel, but she didn't used to be that way. She had to become like that. So getting a glimpse as getting to hear Lillian's side on how she chose to be the villain, how she's choosing to do this on purpose, it's just mind-blowing, and I cannot wait to hear more from her, and hopefully from her perspective or something, because it's just out of this world, basically. And poor Lillian, the main character in our world, she's just like super sick. She's always highly allergic to almost everything and anything. She's having a hard time keeping up with school, and when she comes into this other world, there are ways to control her allergies and use magic to get her fever out of her and to create things with it. And then she meets Rowell, who is like absolutely #1 boyfriend material. I mean, fangirling big time over here, because he is absolutely cruel to her when he first meets her because he thinks she's Lillian. And then when he finally accepts that she's Lily, and he goes out of his way and say, look, I'm sorry, you know, you gotta understand where I'm coming from, but now, you know, that I know the truth and this and that, he absolutely comes right out, apologizes it. He doesn't cover up for anything. He is just really, really smart, and you just have to read it. There's so much to this book that no matter how many ways I try to describe to you, there's just not enough words to tell you every single detail, and it's just good. It's just really good, and you guys just really all need to pick it up. The next book that I read comes from Random House, and it's 6 Feet Over It by Jennifer Longo. This is really, really different from what I've been used to reading. This is a contemporary, and it's kind of like has some humor to it, and it's really deep, and it made me really sad, I want to say. I mean, the main character, she's got a good sense of humor for what she's going through, and I really, really loved and connected with her. However, I felt so bad for her for all the things she had to do and what she was going through, and being so lonely and cutting herself off from family and love and friendships, and struggling to climb out of the way she was trying to protect everybody. I mean, if I tell you any more, it's going to kind of spoil it. So basically, Lily works in her family cemetery. Her sister's been sick, so her sister kind of gets away with a lot of stuff, but her sister doesn't really realize it. She doesn't really know it. She's not doesn't taking advantage of it at all. She's just she's in remission now, so she's kind of like just trying to live her life as normal as possible. However, Lee has been punishing herself since her sister became sick and continues to punish her and does not live the normal teen life like she should be living right alongside her sister. And she basically thinks that whenever she gets close to somebody, that person is going to get sick or something's going to happen to them and that they're going to die. And seeing her kind of grow up, because when we first meet her she's 14 and by the end of the book she's 16, and time kind of goes by really fast. The writing is really great, everything flows perfectly, and watching her just kind of like grow up and realize things on her own and get over her fears and move on and do the right thing, it was beautiful, and there were tears and I loved it. I'm on the tour for this, so my review will be posted on September 12th. The next book that I read and also reviewed already is Little Elliot, Big City by Curato. This just came out last week, this past Tuesday. It's about this adorable little elephant down here and him just trying to make it through the big city. He's this tiny little elephant that nobody can see, nobody can hear, and he struggles to reach things, he struggles to get through things. And one of his things that he's always wanted to do is purchase a cupcake at the bakery. And he meets a new friend who is a little worse off than he is, so he finds out that he's not alone in his struggles, and him and his little mouse friend become friends, and in the end they manage to accomplish things. So basically the book is about don't give up and don't be afraid to help others who can in return help you, and illustrations are amazing. You really feel like you're little Elliot lost in the big city because the buildings are huge, and it's just a really sweet picture book that I highly recommend. The next book that I read comes from HMH, and it's Zac Mia by AJ Betts. This book takes place in Australia, which is really, really awesome. The scenery and background to the book plays in here. Zac has cancer and so does Mia, and how they meet is really unique and different. Their friendship is very, very unique and different. And I don't want to say too much because I'll give away a lot if I do. However, I will say that the book reminded me a lot of Eleanor and Park's relationship. It also reminds me a lot of E. Lockhart's writing from We Were Liars. And a lot of people are probably going to compare this book to John Green's book, The Fault in Our Stars, because of them being sick and the whole relationship and everything, how it unfolds and how it ends. And it's different because every book either has a bad ending or a happy ending, and this one has neither or. There's no huge twists, there's just kind of like an underlying suspense, but it's not one that's really like edge of your seat, but it is intriguing and it will keep you up at night. I tried my best to read this all in one night, but fell asleep face first into it. It is a page turner. You will be immersed into their world. Zac he's beautiful. I adored him. I just wanted to squish him and take him in as my own. Mia is a little brat. However, I did end up liking and loving her by the end. It was fun, and there's humor, and it's just a really, really great book. I am definitely going to be giving this a 5 out of 5, and my review will be up soon. And the last book that I read in August is Illusions of Fate by Kiersten White. Today's the 30th, so I will be done with it by tomorrow. I don't have that much to go. However, I did want to mention it because I will be finishing it by tomorrow. And it is really, really good. I mean, I loved her Paranormalcy trilogy, and I loved her characters, how unique they were and the humor. And here, there's not so much as humor, but the main character is witty and she doesn't hold back and she says it like it is and she doesn't care if it'll get her into trouble or not. And usually it doesn't, but the characters are so unique. The whole world is unique. It kind of has like a steampunkish kind of feel to it, but it's more magical. I wouldn't know. It's not. There's definitely magic involved here, but it's not like a Harry Potter kind of magic at all. It's hard to explain, but it's really, really great how deep the details are and how she does not leave anything out. And it's not overly done either. It's just perfect. And the cover fits the story, and everything on here is explained in the book, and I love it when they capture the covers perfectly to what's going on in the book. So this is one that I'm not going to say too much more with in case of spoilers. And again, my review will be up really, really soon for this one too. And that's it for August. For now, yes, I read about 15 books, but I only showed you, I think, 9 or 10. And I hope to read 10 to 12 books for next month. So my TBR will be up shortly, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.